During this experiment, you will be using a current balance to measure the magnetic constant. Some of the equipment you will be using includes the current balance, a high current DC power supply, handheld digital multimeters, and a position-sensitive detector. There are two setups of the current balance, and there's some differences between the equipment, so make sure you have the correct video. This is setup number 2. Your equipment will probably resemble the picture. A key part of the experiment is to track the position of the top bar of the current balance by looking at the position of a laser spot, formed when the laser beam bounces off the mirror on the current balance. Laser beams in people's eyes are a hazard, so please use the supplied blocker panel to prevent stray beams from reaching the walkway. Make sure any beams that might go high are directed to the right, where we will have barriers and warning signs. The current balance consists of a current carrying bar here, a mirror here, and a couple of adjustable masses here and here, all on a frame that is perched on knife edges here and here. The quality of your experiment will depend a lot on keeping these knife edges nice and sharp, so please take good care of them. You'll be mounting this current balance on a base, which I will show you right now. This is the base. It is a lifting and lowering tool so that when you mount or dismount the current balance, you don't scrape the knife edges or anything. Let's take a quick look at how to use it. The current balance has these little divots on the bottom, here and here. You want to line up those divots with these screws on the tool here. Once it's there, then you can lower the current balance onto the base, like so. You do the process in reverse to lift it off. Now, there's one more thing we should look at with the base here. And those are the connection points for the wires here, 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 and here. Those are all screw terminals, and they accept specially made cables. These cables on one end, they all have these stranded ends with solder to hold them together. And just slide right into the hole in these screw terminals. They would slide right in better if I had better motor skills. But anyway, it went in. Then you just screw until the wire is tight in there. Now, the other end of two of the wires is a banana connector so that you can interface with a DC power supply or an ammeter of some kind. The other end of the third wire is another one of these stranded soldered bits. Do not exceed 15 amps of current through these cables and through the current balance. Do not remain at high current for more than a few minutes at a time. You may want to align the current balance bar or the bar on the base. They're both held in place by set screws. On the base, the set screws are here and here. On the current balance, the set screws are here and in here, right by the knife edges. To adjust the position of the bar, you just loosen the set screw here and then pull the bar out or push the bar further in, depending on how you want to arrange things. If you do this, though, you may find you need to rebalance the apparatus by changing where these masses go. These are just masses that you can rotate so that they move on a thread. Anytime you are making adjustments to parts of the current balance, please take it off the base so that you can protect the knife edges.
This is your high current power supply. Note that there are outputs on the front and on the back, but the ones in the front are taped over because they don't supply enough current. I think they're capped at something like 5 amps, whereas you're going to be running up to 15 amps in this experiment. So always use the back outputs. For this experiment, you can configure the power supply to be in current control mode. To do that, you just set the voltage to be higher than what you need, and then adjust the current. Note that you can switch between coarse and fine adjustment modes on voltage and current settings by pushing the knob in once. There it is for the voltage. And there it is for the current. Now what the supply is telling you momentarily is that when you're changing the setting there, it's telling you what the actual maximum current or maximum voltage is, but what it will actually output is what it says a few seconds later. This DMM will be your ammeter for this experiment,
as well as the readout for the position-sensitive detector.
Its operation should be familiar from the diode lab. One note though, the milliamp input there is actually destroyed in this DMM, so you don't have to worry about blowing a fuse.
You can measure the laser spot position with a simple ruler or with the linear photodetector shown on the left. On the right is the box that takes the signal from the photodetector and outputs a voltage that you can convert to a position. Make sure the box is plugged in when you use it.
This is a milligram precision balance. You might want to use it to check the masses of the objects you're going to put on the current balance to weigh it down. Its operation is fairly simple. There are on and off buttons. And then there's a tare button in case you want to use a container and zero the balance while the container is on there, so you just get the mass of the objects on top. I'm going to put a 10-gram calibration mass on top of the container there. Let's see what it reads. Not exactly 10 grams. If that is an issue, then what you can do is recalibrate the scale using the 2 supplied 10-gram calibration masses. The instructions for recalibrating the scale are in the instruction manual for the scale on the wiki.